Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again I am grateful to be here. I am grateful to once again have a voice for my teachings and for all that I feel needs to be said at this time. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid of anything. We have been saying yes, insistently, that difficult times are ahead. And this is the truth. But let's explain a little more what those difficult times would be like. Those who are already on the road, on this road to the fifth dimension, have been making changes over time in their behavior, in their way of thinking, in their beliefs. It has already been molding itself to the model of the fifth dimension, where the main objective of feeling is unconditional love. So for those who are already on the road, the wounds are already healing. I say wounds, because how much has come out, how much has come to make you suffer again. But for one sole purpose, that you would get rid of this suffering, including the memory of this suffering. And those wounds left their marks again, many have caused new marks, so the journey for you has not been easy. Whoever says, that walking on the road to the fifth dimension is easy and light, I can say that there will be very few. It is a sign that they were prepared long before this whole process, and they have missions that are extremely relevant in the general context. It is not the case with you light workers, star seeds. You went through a long time of deep sleep, where you lived your life, but you didn't remember it. With each reincarnation you did. Everything was forgotten, everything went back to zero. Your souls, for the mission they had taken on when reincarnating, knew the way forward so that you would seek balance and reckoning each time. But this was also not allowed for them, as human consciousnesses, to have this knowledge. It's as if your soul screams, but your consciousness doesn't hear, because so many barriers existed there, for you not to hear your soul. All within the purpose of this dimension. So every time you know something that your soul has committed, every time you remember what you yourself did, the pain comes back, and it comes back intense and it hurts. So if we could make a rather grotesque image, I would say to you that you are soldiers of war, full of bandages, bandanas, gauze, some more like mummies from so many experiments that have been caused. As I said, that would be a metaphor, of the amount of feelings, the amount of wounds that you had to relieve, had to live again, to put an end to it all. So when we talk about hard times coming, I ask you, what hard times? What have you been through? Has it been easy? I guarantee that almost all of you will answer no, that it has been very difficult. The change in your lives, the distancing from family members, friends, those supposed friends who claim to be brothers and sisters, but who today do not accept their way of life and have been moving away, and today many of you find yourselves alone, literally alone. Is it easy to be alone? The vast majority will respond, for me, it is, because I found myself, I am alone with myself, but I am happy like this. Because I learned to know myself, I learned to love myself. So the world out there for me got a little weird too. So this loneliness for many is not so bad, it was the way, and the way to meet your inner spirituality. For many, I would say no, you still suffer from such emptiness, you still haven't managed to learn to be enough, to love yourselves fully, you need others to love you, to make you feel alive. So, walking has been very difficult, and many times, I would say many times, you think of dropping everything. So what difficult paths are these still to come? For those of you who have already walked all this road, who look more like soldiers of war, I would say that the nightmare is not over yet. Only now the nightmare will be external, it will no longer be in relation to you. You have taken your soul walk, exposed your skin wounds, you are feeling their pain, but they are being healed with so much love and with all the light that comes. So the hard times will be in the external, in the middle, so that those who walked away from you, those who laughed at you, who brand you crazy, visionary, totally unbalanced, see who is with the truth. Those who laugh, those who mock, those who think that everything out there is reality, will now start their road. It's as if you, today, had already gone through very bad paths, through practically insurmountable paths, but you had a path, you knew which direction to go. And that's what you've been doing all this time, and today you're on the fifth dimensional road, and with each exposed wound, which begins to heal, this road becomes easier, more beautiful, higher. So I can tell you that these paths that you traveled have closed. The last ones who will be on this road have closed the way, it will no longer exist. Why not? Because those who choose to mock, laugh, not accept, choose to live the pleasures of the third dimension, do not deserve to have the path already opened because it was their choice. No, don't have pity and don't answer me, oh, but they didn't know. So I'm going to remind you of something. Every soul incarnated on this planet, in this era, was very well guided of what was going to happen. So all souls know exactly what is going on. The big problem is that the ego of each one of them, doesn't let them see, shows them that the pleasures, the vices, the habits of this dimension, are more important. So these people made a choice, and these people will now have to make paths, they will have to find that path that you started back there, through the heart, not the mind. It will not be with revolt, it will not be with disaffection, it will not be with judgment that they will find the road. It is a magical road, which has been closed, but for those who resonate with love and who decide to follow the road to the fifth dimension, it will automatically open for that brother's passage and will close again. Then the road cannot be open to everyone, because it would be invaded by despair, by fear, by all the feelings that you resonate in the third dimension and would contaminate this road to the fifth dimension. So it is closed and the portal only opens to those who emanate love, only to them. Those who do not emanate love will not be able to pass. So difficult times will come, not for you. It may be difficult for you to watch, or see how much these people got involved in the third dimension. How will their reactions be? It will not be a pretty sight to behold. Difficult times will come for them. For you I would say that it will be times of tests, where you took the journey. They are on a journey covered with bandages, but they are on a journey. It doesn't hurt anymore, it may be that some wounds still hurt, are still open, even bleeding. But the love you have, the decision you made to go into the fifth dimension, makes you strong, and during the journey the pain goes away. So it's like you're standing at the top of a bridge, where you look down and see all those in despair, in revolt, in lovelessness. But you can also observe, those who stand out, those who realize that it is the truth that will be said and begin to walk away from that core of confusion. And these for sure, will have many beings of light around making them move towards the correct road, and that portal will open and they will begin their walk, as you started back there to the fifth dimension. But with one big difference, you guys might have time for this. It's like if you're walking on the road, they'll have to run. So when the wounds come out, they'll all come at once. It won't be easy for them, but we guarantee that everyone will have our support, they will have our help to bear the pain of their wounds. Those who remain in revolt, in disaffection, they will have made their choices, nothing else to do. So watching this chaos from the top of this bridge will not be easy. But I say to you, why watch? What you will have to do is pray a lot. It is first absorbing everything that will be said, which will not be easy for you either. And I remind each of you to absorb correctly, without judgment, without revolt. You may be sad, cry, it will be perfectly normal. Well, give you some time to process all this, let your sadness out, but don't forget to live this moment with us, beside each one of you. Because in this moment of pain, in this moment of realizing everything that happened, you will go back to being human, from a long time ago. And you can see that you contributed to all of this, contributed to making it all happen. So well, be there on the side, not to let you give in to judgment, give in to pain, to despair. And for us to be on the side of each one of you, what will it take? May you call us, may you allow us to place you in our arms. And you will be those children who will cry, scream, kick, but you will be protected by our energy. Until that moment of pain, that catharsis of pain passes and we will put you back together. It came, you felt it, and it ended. You will even come out, purer, after all this catharsis. So understand that we are not here joking. When we speak, ask for our help. Know who we are around you. The time is coming and many people think this is nonsense, they think they won't need our help. So I say, those who are thinking like that, in this moment of catharsis, if you don't have our help, you won't be able to get out of it alone. And it may even, depending on the intensity of what you feel, go off the fifth dimension road, and fall off that bridge, and go down there with all those who are in despair. Don't turn a deaf ear to what we say. We are being very clear. And many still find all this unnecessary, because at this time they will have others on their side. What others? The vast majority of you are alone, so what else will you have? The desperate ones around you? Then you will join them, and they will definitely go off the road to the fifth dimension. It's not punishment, it's choices. Learn to think about the consequences of your choices. Only that. Seek us while there is time, so that you believe and feel us around you. For whoever thinks this is all nonsense, will call us right away, we will be there, but you will not feel us and you will doubt that we are there. And then we effectively won't be. So the choices will be yours. The whole process will not be easy for anyone. So, have us around you and we assure each of you that you will have our full involvement and will go through all of this in a strong way. And they'll come out ahead, practically ready for the fifth dimension.